All right, so I'm gonna kick off where we kind of leave off on that study, right? Where we talk about the whole bricks versus clicks situation, right? And what's happened in the last 10 to 15 years is that you've had one very big change happen lately, which is that measurement has driven where the budget is going more than anything else. So you've seen a lot of budget leaving media, leaving traditional media, even leaving in-store, and going into digital for the very simple reason that you can see the return on investment very quickly. So when you go into e-commerce, you know how to work your stuff out so that you're not, sorry, let me double check this. So you're not leaving any money on the table. And that's where the big situation is. Right now, if you go do something through e-commerce, if you work with Amazon, if you do anything on a standard website where you're trying to sell, you're able to understand exactly what you need to do, not to leave any money on the table, and you will optimize every sale. Did a person buy this? You can suggest that. Did they buy it a month ago and you know that they're going to need it in a month because that's the usage cycle? You can send them something that tells them, hey, you didn't buy this month, why don't you try it out? There is no inefficiency when it comes to spending your money online. The issue that gives us is that it kind of makes everybody start to move in that direction. Because what's going on now is that companies have decided, you know what, brick and mortar isn't very important to me anymore. I'm going to move everything into my online system. And then there are other companies that really understand the interplay between the two channels and how they work with each other. How online and offline just have a changing in roles rather than a replacement between each other over time. Suit Supply is probably my favorite brand within that, because you get on, you see something that really appeals to you in terms of what you need to buy, and then it moves you into their product range, and then it gives you every piece of information you need. Every piece of information you need about it. You can choose your size. If you don't know how to choose your size, there's a size chart. You pick your suit. You can even see the details of the suit and go all the way into the fabric, and then even understand the difference between one cut and another in case you're not a suit person and it's not every day that you buy one, it's not every month that you buy one. Here's the problem though. If I asked anybody that I know, have you ever bought a suit for the first time straight from a website? If you tried a suit brand for the first time straight from a website, virtually nobody would tell me that they've done it. What you need then is for the store to become the place where you try it on and you see, is the fabric thing that they're talking about really the fabric that you're looking for? Is the cut suiting you the way that you want it to? Does it hug you the way you want it to? Does it move with you? Does it breathe? Or is it something that looks good and then when it shows up to your house, it's complete garbage? So they opened brick and mortar store to be able to make sure that what they're doing is appropriate, and that's where the interplay begins. But when they're online, they're able to get all of this. They're able to know who clicked, who went in, how long was the session, where was the drop-off, what was the page view, what's the preferred page, where's the part that was really important to them? Was it the fabric? Was it the cut? Was it the shape? Was it the color? Everything can be analyzed. Everything can be analyzed. Which means that if you compare the effectiveness of the average website at achieving its objective with the average store at achieving its objective, the website will be up here, the store will be down here, and all of the money is moving that way because it's very easy to get your money back here. It's very hard to get your money back here. And what we're seeing now is that they use this to create better journeys and to sell better. And that's where the gap is. Our starting point was in understanding these journeys. My background is in behavioral analytics and behavioral psychology, and we started out by understanding for brick and mortar stores, what is the journey? How do people take a decision? Do they look at the window display and go, yeah, I'm going to buy that, they walk straight in and they pick it up? Or does it pique their interest and then they walk in and they ask, do you have that dress in my size? Do you have it in another color? Is it on sale? All of these things. They walk in, they try it on, and there's a different mindset depending on where they are. And this happens for something like a suit, a car, and anything else. And the behavior changes slightly from one category to another. You'll notice that when you go to the supermarket and you pick up detergent, it's, where's my detergent? Put it in and walk away. But if you're picking up a fabric softener, then you're going to smell all of them before you buy the same one you bought last time. That's how your behavior affects your choice. And we started understanding that, and we started understanding how the different parts of the store, from proximity to transition to the experience to the payment, which shifts around, really affects your decision-making process so that we can draft the journey. And then within that, we can start setting the pace of what are they doing where, what do we need to do for them to drive the sale, and then how are we going to organize the store to do it, or our section of the store to achieve this, because we know the categorization of the area, and most importantly, what a person wants to be doing when they get to that area. What do we need to do? Invite them, direct them, show them what we've got, convert. Imagine you're walking into a restaurant, and at the door they're trying to sell you the special. It's very uncomfortable. You need to be received at the door. Then you need to be shown to your table. Then you need to be left alone to have a discussion. Then you need to be offered a drink. All of these things are part of the sequence, and we understand it intuitively for the way a person does it in a supermarket. And then we take all of that, we map it, and then we make sure that we create a conversion rate that is appropriate based on that. But we can't do it without data. We can't do it the way a website does it. So unless the brick and mortar can catch up in technology with the digital age, then we're not going to be able to do anything. When we did apply our notions, and this is an example for a tea experiment that we ran, the first thing that we did was we understood, all right, all of this money that everyone is paying for the G1 area, all of this money that everyone's paying to be able to put themselves in the promotion area of a Carrefour or a Co-op or so on, is it really something that they need to be doing? And we studied whether people even noticed the existence of a promotional display that was 3 meters by 3 meters wide, and it was a pyramid, and for the record, it was Lipton, so it was yellow and red, and it has a single pack price off. So you can imagine 25% off on a pyramid of Lipton, yellow and red, and when we asked people whether they saw it, only 15% noticed that it existed. The only way to take that 15% and make it 40% is by talking to them early enough and tracking what they do inside the store. And when we spoke to them early, we ended up increasing that amount to 40%, and then knowing that we need to set up a full system at the door to be able to convince people of new stuff. And that's where everything that you see here is connected. All of the things that you're looking at, from the selfie booth to the stuff that you're going to see at Express Checkout, is connected with the fact that we need to know what data we've got in each section so that we can use them in the best way. And that's where our dashboard comes in, and that's where Data Orbis comes in, so that they can collect all of the data that comes from things like the anonymous analytics, the path mapping processes, and everything else that we use to make a store as effective as a website. And when we use all of these things, we can figure out, slide's almost gone, how to increase offtake in each one of those places. And then we use all of that information to help you guys take decisions. Like, should I do this promotion? Should I increase my ROI? Should I be able to get an extra revenue if I do promotion A versus promotion B? Should I be able to get more people to come if I change my sampling location to another one? All of these things get taken into account, and we take decisions on how to make everything better. Whether it'll ever be as good as a digital process on a website, well, considering GDPR laws have come into play now, the real world is going faster than the digital world because we can't drop cookies anymore. We can't take people's identity. So in the real world, where all of the analytics systems are anonymous and they don't take identity into consideration, we're overtaking what can be done in the digital world. And we're able to stop leaving money on the table because we're able to optimize plans by getting this data to understand which of the different options here you're going to be able to take advantage of and place inside your store or have your brand take advantage of. That's pretty much it for us. Thank you very much, and I'm going to hand over now. Thank you.